More fire, more heat.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JP the Ticket.
Always spitting that explosive fire.
Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Giving you that green.
JP the Ticket, and I'm back at you. You know what time it is. College football is back. Yes. Time to get the money. JP the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, waking you up live every Saturday and Sunday morning, each and every weekend this college football season. College football Saturday. Got a little bit of preseason for the NFL today. We are dropping straight grease. I am excited about this morning. I hope you guys are all excited too. It is time to grab your bankroll, hit the window, and beat the line. I got my main man, Brian Snowman in the morning, going to be coming on VSX Digital Sports Network this fall. Brian, good morning to you. How you doing?
Good morning, man. I'm on the road this morning. I'm ready to drop some grease and drop some fire and talk some college football with you.
That's what I'm talking about. And again, you guys can follow him over on Instagram at Snowman. Big Snowman 721. That's where you're going to be able to lock in with him each and every Saturday and Sunday as well. We're going to be having him come on before me this fall. So excited to have him. Going to be breaking down like college football for you guys today. So you stay tuned. Keep it locked. First game on the list today, rotation number 299, the Navy midshipmen, flying all the way over to Dublin, Ireland, going against rotation number 300, Notre Dame. I want to give a shout out to my main man, Mavericks Way on Instagram, the Irish Capper, breaking it down for you for the Premier League and all the soccer picks. You follow him on Instagram at Mavericks Way. When I get back from this short commercial break, we're jumping right into the action. Grab your bankroll. It's college football, preseason football. Football season is here. JP the Ticket is on the line, and it's time to get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JP the Ticket. Vegas Scoreboard Express.
Giving you that grease.
JP the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, back at you live here, KSHP 107.1. Daniel, you still on the line with me? Go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
And guess who I brought back on the line? I think he's there. Brian Snow, are you there?
I'm right here.
There
man.
you go, man.
Sorry about that.
There you go.
My phone just went dead, and I apologize. I gave it a quick charge. I'm charged up. I'm ready to go.
That's what I'm talking about. College football. Got to bring you back in here today, Brian. Got my main man, Brian Snow. You guys follow him over on Instagram at Big Snowman 721. You know JB is going to shake off all the dust. Technical difficulties, again, be damned. It is college football. It is NFL preseason, gearing up to put cash in your pocket this morning. So, again, thank you so much for finally getting back on the line with us here. Got to get my main man, Daniel Cameron. Follow him over on Instagram at DSportsLedger.
Yeah.
He's been breaking it down with me. And then Brian, again, we were just talking about it a little bit before the commercial break. You can follow Brian over on Instagram at Big Snowman 721. Also, you got that show, Snowman in the Morning, coming on VSX Digital Sports Network this fall. Look, if we got to ship you a whole new computer spaceship, we'll do it. I mean, the technical difficulties just will not do. We got to have you plugged in to our digital phone network so you don't have to deal with any more of that stuff. But again, jumping into the game today that I've been telling everybody to get all over them. It's an alumni game. It's a pride game. It's one of these games where the guys who are coming into play are playing with a chip on their shoulder. I am talking about rotation number 311, the Hawaii Warriors going up against the Vanderbilt Commodores, rotation number 312. Huge spread, 17.5, but I'm really liking that money line. If they can win by one, lose by none, get the money. Now, this is a dog that's barking. You know the tragedy, the situation that happened out in Lahaina in Hawaii. So, again, these kids are coming in with heavy hearts, but with heads of steel. These guys are ready to go out and play and prove to their constituents back on the Big Island that the Hawaii Warriors are going to be playing with a lot of pride this season, so that island can have something to rally around. I wouldn't want to be Vanderbilt today. I'm just going to say that. I'm liking that plus 650 in the money line, though. But as I said before, we've been trying to get you on to talk about this particular game because you have some knowledge about it. Go ahead.
You know what? They're called the Hawaii Warriors for a reason. And Vanderbilt is going to find out the absolute hard way. And remember, not only that tragedy in Hawaii is going on, Hawaii doesn't have a home stadium. Remember, Aloha Stadium is crumbling to dust, and they're fighting over who does what, who gets what. So you got that going on, too. I do not, and I repeat, I do not want to be the Vanderbilt Commodores facing the Hawaii Warriors right now. I just can't do it.
I'm telling you, plus 650, it is a dog that is barking. I have been looking at this game for the past 2.5, 3 weeks, and when I talked to a couple of my friends over in the book, they were like, look, they may take the money line down. Hawaii may not play. I said, look, I don't see that happening. Hawaii has rallied around their community during these tragic times. And we all know how college football can rally communities and get people's pride and blood pumping. And I think that Vanderbilt at this particular point in the season, even though they've got some solid transfers, they've gone through a few coaching changes over the past couple of years. It's just always been inconsistent down in Nashville. And when you think of it from the perspective of value on the line today, this is the only team that I see on the money line today, other than Florida International. Not going to get into that game. Not going to bore you guys with that. It's the only other game that I see some actual value that could put cash in your pocket. It's a late game. It's got all the characteristics of a dog that's barking. Late game, team flying in with a lot of pride, a lot of heavy hearts. And as I said before, the value is there, plus 17.5. Now, we talked about that total. Daniel, going to you, you had mentioned 56 to take the under. I'm assuming you think Vanderbilt's not going to be able to get in the end zone. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think with Hawaii going on, I mean, like you say, man, I like Hawaii. I'm with you on that. But, I mean, if you're going to take a team, I'm going to take Hawaii with the points for sure. But, going all the way from Hawaii, they're going to be a little sluggish. They're going to start off maybe slow. Vanderbilt's going to be a little sluggish. They might not feel like just putting it on a team that's going through all these things,
Right.
And, I just think it's going to be lower scoring than people think.
Well, again, it's some value here. Listening to Daniel,
Definitely.
Follow him over on Instagram at DSportsLedger. Again, got the VSX crew here this morning. Thank you so much. Shout out to my main man, Ron Third Down, Best Bets. He'll be back hopefully next week to bring you some grease. He had to take a little sabbatical here. But again, another game that we talked about a little bit earlier. It was price short, but they're starting off early. Talking about travel. Brian, I want your thoughts on this. Rotation number 299, the Navy midshipmen flying all the way over to Dublin, Ireland again. Shout out to my main man, Maverick's Way on Instagram. Big supporter of the show. Thank you so much, Maverick. We're sending our American football over to Dublin with the college boys. And again, they're almost pros now because, like I said before, NIL era. But Notre Dame, they've got Sam Hartman, 5-year starter in the ACC at Wake Forest. Kept Wake Forest respectable. Threw for a ton of yards in the ACC. Has a couple of passing records at Wake Forest. Now he is a Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 5th year, 6th year, 7th year senior. I mean, this guy's the Van Wilder of college football right now. Minus 20.5. Minus 15 on the money line. I think I see value here with that total. It's got to go over. It's got to go over. At 20.5, you don't have a choice but to go over if Navy thinks they're going to win this game. Go ahead.
Fighting Irish, Dublin, Ireland versus Navy. Sam Hartman, new quarterback. Sam Hartman turned loose. I wouldn't want to be Navy right now.
I know. I wouldn't want to be.
I just wouldn't want to be. You said the line is minus 20?
Minus 20.5.
20.5.
I don't know if the triple option is going to work. Go ahead.
I'm going to say 3 words for the Irish that I thought I'd never say in the same sentence. Lay the points.
Lay the points with the Fighting Irish. He's telling you, if these guys go up 21-0 in the first quarter, you've already got the over right there. If Navy even remotely comes back and tries to get something going offensively. And they're one of these teams, again, that growing up, this was a very staunch game. Navy, Notre Dame, gold helmets. But over the past few seasons, again, with the NIL era, the proliferation of politics creeping into the sports, you're just not seeing a lot of good talent go to Navy. I mean, the days of Roger Staubach going all the way back then and coming out now, it just hasn't really been there. Also, the commitment to go to our military. Shout out all my military people here. Nellis Air Force Base out here in Las Vegas. All my military families, again, around the world, sending your kids back to school. Go to VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Got some great offers from our partners over at Textbooks.com to hook you up with that. But the Navy midshipmen, plus 20.5. Do you think that at this point, the school's going to need to start looking at changing that offensive scheme? Because if they're going to remain competitive in the NIL era, where kids can actually get some money, it's going to be a lot harder sell. And this is just my opinion. And this is coming from a military guy and a military family. It may be a lot harder to get some of this quality talent that may qualify academically, socially, and respectably to go to some of these academy schools, but just choose to maybe go to Jacksonville State because somebody gave them a car and it was illegal under this era. Go ahead. So they got to change that offense.
Let me say something that you're going to hear often when Snowman in the morning comes to KSHP and the Vegas Scoreboard Express 5 days a week. I hate politics. And now it's creeping into sports where everybody wants to play for the SEC or the Big Ten. Our naval academies, in terms of football, are suffering. Anybody remember D. Dallas and Air Force and that triple option? Anybody remember when Army Navy actually meant something? Now it's going to mean something else wherever they play the game. Baltimore, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C. No one wants to go to the service academies anymore, especially, as you said, JB, in the NIL era. They have to change that offense. And you know, something else I say a lot, which y'all are going to hear on Snowman in the morning 5 days a week coming this fall. I think the Naval Academy, in terms of football, from the coach down, needs to push the plunger, blow it up, and try again.
Man. Now, that's an interesting take because, again, the Navy midshipmen over the past 15 to 20 years, I think they're still independent. Notre Dame being independent. With all of these conferences now rejoining, the Pac-12 getting blown up, Big Ten snatching these guys away. Do you think it would behoove these schools that have Division 1A, that's what I call it, or FCS or whatever they want to call it now, but they have these qualified programs, if you will. And I'm mainly talking to you Ivy League guys, Cal, Stanford, Notre Dame, the service academies. Why don't these schools with pedigree and bigger names stop being independent and just create their own conference?
You know why?
It doesn't even matter about region anymore. If the Army, Navy, Air Force, because Air Force is in the Mountain West for football and basketball. But again, all of these schools, can you imagine if you had Ivy League, service academies, and then a couple of these big time science schools? Those are the guys that want to go there anyway. The Brainiacs and the Brawn, okay? Put them in a conference. Ryan Fitzpatrick played, 10, 15 years in the NFL. There's talent that can come out of these leagues, and I think that it would make it better for the players in the NIL era for some of these schools to do that. I'll go ahead and let you guys get in. Go ahead, Brian, first. Go ahead.
You know why they won't create their own conference? Because it will do something that we wanted to have happen for college sports for a long time. Disrupt the top level. Can you imagine these guys in their conference, in their own conference, in their own conference, A, being competitive, B, putting up numbers that rival the SEC and the Big Ten, and C, snatching up remnants from the Big 12, the Pac-12 or Pac-10 when I was growing up, or recreating conferences, Big 8, Southwest Conference. Anybody remember those? You know, remember when Arkansas was competitive in the Southwest Conference?
Well, I think it's going to be.
Imagine if that happened.
You know what? I mean, smaller conferences aren't going to last. The Mountain West, people are already knocking on their door, ready to poach. You got Barry Odom coming in as an SEC coach here with UNLV. Shout out the UNLV Rebels.
Go Rebels.
I sent these guys a ticket to get some tickets, didn't get a response. You better win this year if you want JB to stay on your side. Just saying. But I'm talking to you, Daniel, jumping to you on this particular issue. Do you think it will be valuable for some of these service academies, the Ivy League schools, and some of these independent schools to finally come together and say, look, we can get our own network? Do you know? I'm going to talk to you people out there listening that may even be in this business. Do you know how valuable it would be if you knew how to sell TV package rights? If you said, the cream of America, the Ivy League, the service academies, and our top research universities come together for one major football bonanza. Come on, man. It's an easy sell. The alumni, those are all the rich alumni. Those are all the alumni with the real money, the billionaires and the trillionaires. Come on, man. It makes sense. Go ahead.
Yeah, you sold me on it. I like that. I like the idea, man. It's yeah, I mean, sure, it would be great for them. Why not?
It would make it valuable. There are a lot of kids who are playing college sports, and it's been this way all the time. But there are a lot of have-nots now. Okay, the NIL deals, again, they're not going to football players. They're not going to basketball players. How many college basketball or college football players have you seen this summer in a television commercial promoting a sugary drink or anything? You haven't seen it. Okay, and I don't think you will. But as this evolves and the NCAA, who's still trying to dig their clamps and everything, look at what they're doing in Michigan. I mean, just a waste of time. But like I said before, in the NIL era, yeah, go ahead.
I'll put it this way. Let me ask you this question. Is there a reason why they shouldn't do it? And I would say the answer is no. So
no, there is no reason why they shouldn't do it. I mean, it's all money, all sports, no bull now. That's what I'm saying. The kids that aren't getting NIL deals for whatever reason, whether it be exposure or because of the way these schools are lined up in the conference, there are talented kids out there, 5,000 rankings, who would be well served to go to a Navy Academy, stay 4 years, do some military service, come out and be a CEO. I'm just telling you.
You're not wrong.
Because you got all these other small football leagues, USFL, XFL.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are going to be chasing their dream till they're 35 with, not as prestigious degrees. And I think that if college sports wants to increase its level of interest from just what I call the moneyed set, the people who these teams produce outside of their sports. Okay, these universities are producing our military leaders, our science leaders, our business leaders, talking about service academies, Ivy League, and some of these top-level schools here in California who did not get picked up with a Big Ten. And that's not knocking any of these other conferences, but we know that these conferences are all about sports. Big Ten, ACC, SEC, that's where they make their money. And these big endowment schools that are in the private leagues, they've got enough money to do this. They can do their own network, the streaming, the technology. They own half of the social networks anyway. I'm just saying, man, there's money to be made. And when you guys do make that decision, be sure to pick up JB the Ticket and VSX Digital Sports Networks for your sports betting information. Again, thank you so much. Got my main man Brian Snow on the line. He's going to be staying with me here. Also, got my man Daniel Cameron going to be staying on the line with us, having some good sports talk after those early technical difficulties. And that's what we're going to be bringing to you each and every Saturday and Sunday, waking up on KSHP 107.1 FM, AM 1400. Want to give a shout out to my main man, Mark Hayes. Been sending you those emails, man. You got to hit JB Ticket back up. I'm grinding. I'm pushing money out there. We're knocking on people's doors, breaking in mailboxes, trying to get paid and get sponsorships. So before we take this short commercial break, guys, I'll let you both give a couple of shout outs. We'll pay a few bills, then we'll get back, finish up these picks with a little bit of NFL preseason, and get out of here. Go ahead.
Thank you to Jody. Oh, go ahead, Daniel.
Go ahead, Daniel. Go ahead.
Hey, my podcast is back on YouTube. Check out the Sports Ledger on YouTube, and I'd love to have either one of you on my podcast.
Well, of course, you know I'm there. Go ahead.
I'm there too, my man. Shout out to my beautiful wife, Jody, my children, Cheyenne, Sonia, and Dakota, to you guys at BSX Sports Digital Network, my entire crew at Snowman in the Morning, plus the Brian Snow Show, which will return on Halloween. I love you guys. I love talking sports, and I can't wait to bring Snowman in the Morning to the BSX Sports Digital Network and KSHP 5 days a week this fall. Follow me on social media. My new ID, as I just got it, is Snowman Multimedia.
Snowman Multimedia, that's what you want to follow. Man, we got the frogs in our throats today. We got the angels punching us in the face. We're flubbing words, but the grease is still hot. Money is on the book, so you guys keep it locked here. JB, the Ticket, and Vegas Scoreboard Express. When we get back, we're going to finish out the show. NFL preseason picks. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. JB the Ticket.
Giving you that grease.
Kick off the football season with Drizzly.com. Score big with your favorite drinks delivered right to your doorstep. From ice cold brews to game day cocktails, we've got the perfect lineup for your football gatherings. Visit VegasScoreboardExpress.com and click the Drizzly. Now let's get the party started. Drink responsibly. Must be of legal drinking age. Delivery and availability may vary. Skip your cable bill this month and join the action with JB and Fubo TV. Get 7 days free, 15% off your first month. No credit check, no deposit, no installation hassle. Go to FuboTV.com/JB. Sign up, download the app, and start watching games.
Enjoy being a subscriber after the first month. Easy cancellation anytime. Regional restrictions apply. Sign up at VegasScoreboardExpress.com.
Keep it locked with your boy on the ones and twos. Going in on the wheels of steel.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball. That's the truth. JB the Ticket. This is it.
The cocaine and the crack.
They all sound the same to me. There's a war going on outside. No man is safe from.
That's how I'm living. That's how we do it. That's just the way it is. That's the reason why I came to you. Drink and women and money.
Back on the line with you here, JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express. Follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. Go to my website, VegasScoreboardExpress.com. I've got the daily deals. Going to be hooking you up all college football and pro football season. Brian Snowman in the morning on the line with me. Daniel Cameron, D Sports Ledger on the line with me. Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
All right, now we're getting ready to finish out with a little bit of preseason. Going to do a quick score recap yesterday. Very surprising on Friday. The Eagles got beat down at home by the Colts, which have been one of the more surprising teams in preseason. We didn't think they were going to do well with all the issues with the owner, Jim Irsay. They got their quarterback wanting to get the heck out of town. They're looking at trading him now. Anthony Richardson showed flashes, did the dirty bird on these guys. They were a dog that was barking and beat the Super Bowl runner-ups 27-13. So, again, that may still be a team to keep your eye on. The Colts, I know we didn't give them a lot of grease, but they were winning in preseason. And, again, if the offense works in preseason, you put the starters in there, it should improve. Moving along to another game yesterday. This was a game I had on my ticket to put cash in your pocket. I told you, take the Chargers. Moneyline, they were able to get it done 23-12 over the 49ers. I also told you guys to stick with those Pittsburgh Steelers over this course of the preseason. They were able to beat the Falcons 24-0. But here is where I lost the parlay ticket. I took those stinking Patriots again with that Bailey Zapp kid. He got smoked. Malik Willis put the grease all over him. 211 yards, 2 touchdowns. Smoked the Patriots 23-7. So that's what killed my parlay last night. And again, I also told you folks that if you listen to me here or you know me here in Las Vegas or know me on my sports line, again, you can follow me on Instagram at JB the Ticket. I told you to take those Detroit Lions yesterday. Dog was barking. Panthers can't score the football, and they beat them down handily on the road 26-17. So moving into the action today, a couple of games that I rarely have looked at. And again, we guys got about 5 minutes left. So let's go ahead and jump into it and start giving you these picks. Seattle Seahawks rotation number 115 +3 on the spread, +135, total 39.5. Going up against the Green Bay Packers, rotation number 116, -3, -155. Again, that total 39.5. Go ahead, Daniel. I'll throw this one at you. Who do you like?
Yeah, take the Seahawks.
Take the Seahawks. He's telling you right now, take the Seahawks. Do you like them points or money line? I'm telling you, with +3, you might as well take a money line at +135. The Green Bay Packers, though, you got to look at that Dorian Thompson-Robinson kid. If he gets in, he may have a chance to start balling. But again, being the last preseason game, may see a little bit more grease out of Jordan Love. Moving right along down the list, another team that absolutely got mollywopped last week by the Kansas City Chiefs, but they're back on the line here. Arizona Cardinals, 117 is the rotation number, +1.5, +105. going up against those Minnesota Vikings. Plus 118 is the rotation. Number 118, is the rotation. Minus 1.5, minus 125. I'll throw this one at you, Brian, since you got the Minnesota Vikings up and home more in your region. Do you think Minnesota is going to be able to bounce back from some of the issues that they've had late in the fourth quarter? Again, change of pace, different quarterbacks. Haven't seen a lot of grease from these guys, man. Not putting money in your pocket. Go ahead. Do you think they can do it today? Vikings, favorites at home.
You're going to see some grease today because they're playing the Arizona Cardinals. Who the hell are the Arizona Cardinals going to start? Okay, preseason or regular season. So, yeah, take the Vikings, lay the money line, and lay the points. And plus, it's where I lived once upon a time. It's in Minnesota. I've seen the Metrodome in person. I called games in the Metrodome, baseball games in the Metrodome. I haven't seen US Bank Stadium, yet. When I get my Snowman Stadium tour up and going, that's one of the places I plan to visit. Yeah, take the Vikings, lay the points, lay the money line.
Telling you right now, take the Vikings. They're going to put cash in your pocket. Moving to my hometown, and then we'll finish out with that Raiders game. Rotation number 1, 2, 3. Will it be that simple today for the Jets? Minus 6 on the road. Not really. They're still at the Meadowlands going up against the New York Giants. Rotation number 124. Giants plus 6, plus 200. I'm liking the G-men here just because they've got to get ready for the season. If they can get inside of that spread, plus 6, that's a touchdown. Plus 200, if they can win by 1, lose by none, I think that's where you'll get some grease. And then moving down to the late game, Las Vegas heading out to D-Town, going up against those Dallas Cowboys. Rotation number 131, the Las Vegas Raiders. They are favored on the road. Minus 5, I think they should be in a dog position here. Minus 215, Dallas Cowboys. Plus 5, plus 180. Dallas has not been doing too well in the preseason. Got about 30 seconds left. I'll throw this one at you, Daniel, and then Brian will finish it out. Go ahead.
Since it's a preseason game, I'll take the Cowboys. If it was regular season, I'd go with the Raiders.
There you go. That's what he's telling you. He likes the Cowboys at home, thinks they are a dog that's barking at plus 180, rotation number 132. I'm still going to be a homer and go with the Raiders today. I'm just going to say, look, I like them in the spread, but that money line, very, very expensive at minus 215. It's a little bit too early for all that. So I'm going to stick with the total here and tell you take the over 38.5. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the big board today. We finally worked out those technical difficulties. No more quit. It's all fight, all money, all sports, no bull here at Vegas Scoreboard Express. Independent live sports radio. That's what it's all about. You guys can start calling in on the show, too. I'll give you back the station number. I'll open up the phone lines again tomorrow. 702-221-7283 is the number you want to dial. And then if you want to get in touch with the station, 702-909-0585. So again, thank you guys so much for coming on the show. Want to give a shout out to my main man, Linwood, Hard Rock Hamilton, Ron Third Down, Best Bets, Scotty Beam 'em Up Webb, Troy West over at Troy Wins, and all the VSX line beaters out there helping make this show happen. So you guys know what time it is. It is time to grab your bankroll, get ready to hit the window and beat the line. Brian, tell some more folks about your show, where they can find it. Got about 10 seconds, and we'll get out of here. Go ahead.
Snowman in the Morning can be found on YouTube each morning. Search Snowman Multimedia. That's my new ID for all my social media. Snowman Multimedia is where you can find me.
That's what I'm talking about. JB the Ticket, Vegas Scoreboard Express, giving you the grease. Back tomorrow, 6 a.m. Let's get the money.
You're listening to the boss of the big